You want to grow. You want peace. You want healing. But you're afraid. Not of the world, not of failure. You're afraid of you, of what's hiding inside you, of the memories you've buried, the feelings you've denied, the urges you've locked away because you thought they were too much, too dangerous, too wrong. That's why you're stuck. Because deep down you know, real healing begins where the light ends. It begins in the places you've never dared to look. There is a name for this journey into your own depths: shadow work. 2 words that sound poetic, almost beautiful. But when you step into them, they feel like war. War against the lies you've told yourself, against the walls you've built around your heart, against the patterns that keep you small, afraid, reactive. The Swiss psychologist Carl Jung called the shadow the side of your personality you reject, deny, suppress. It's the anger that boils up when you're pushed too far, the jealousy that eats at you in silence, the sexual shame that whispers you're not enough or you're too much, the trauma that shaped you long ago, and the fear of abandonment that makes you cling or run. You hide it because the world taught you it was bad. So you play the good one, the strong one, the happy one. You wear those masks so well you almost forget they're there. But the truth is, every time you bury the shadow, it grows stronger. Every time you hide from the parts of yourself that scare you, those parts become more powerful, more insistent. You can feel it, can't you? The tension inside, the unexplainable sadness, the moments you snap and don't recognize yourself. You think ignoring your darkness makes it disappear? It doesn't. It leaks out. In your rage when someone triggers you. In your depression that lingers even when life is going well. In your fear of intimacy, of being truly seen. You sabotage love, push away opportunity, escape into distractions, your phone, your work, your vices, and you call it bad luck, or personality, or fate. But it's not luck. It's the shadow you refuse to face. The shadow only has power when it's hidden. Once you look at it, name it, feel it, it loses its control. Because truth kills illusion. You can't be free while lying to yourself. You can't be powerful while pretending you're perfect. The brutal truth is, you cannot become whole until you embrace the part of you you're most ashamed of. You heal not by deleting the past, but by walking back into it. By saying to yourself, I see you, I forgive you, I'm taking my power back. Shadow work is not an event. It's a process, a conversation with your soul. It's the slow, steady uncovering of what you've hidden, so you can finally become whole. So how do you begin? How do you do shadow work? Step 1. Sit in stillness. Allow yourself to be quiet, to be alone. Ask yourself the hard questions. What do I judge in others? What emotions do I avoid feeling? When do I become someone I don't recognize? These questions are the doorway in. The answers might hurt, but they're your guide. Step 2. Write. Get brutally honest. No filters, no shoulds. Let the words pour out, messy and raw. You don't have to show anyone. This is for you. This is about meeting yourself at the edge of your own denial. Step 3. Revisit your wounds. That childhood memory you never talk about. That heartbreak you pretend didn't matter. That silence you buried because it was too loud to bear. Feel it again. Not to wallow, but to witness. To say, yes, this happened. Yes, it hurt. Yes, I survived. And then, forgive. Not for them, but for you. Because you deserve to be free. You don't kill the shadow, you integrate it. When you do that, everything changes. Your anger becomes boundaries. Your fear becomes focus. Your pain becomes purpose. And suddenly you stop reacting. You stop needing validation. You stop being a prisoner of your past. You become solid, whole, unshakable. But be warned, shadow work isn't pretty. There are no viral reels, no dopamine rush, no 10x quotes. Just silence. Just you, your shame, your inner child, and the mirror you've avoided your whole life. But when you finally sit with all of it, you realize something extraordinary. You've always had the power. The world told you to suppress it, to deny your truth, to be small and safe and agreeable, but you're done obeying a broken system. You're ready to rise. This is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming who you already are, before the world told you to hide. The darkness you're afraid of, that's where your fire lives. The version of you you're chasing isn't in the light, it's in the shadow, waiting for you to come home. So what does this look like in the day-to-day? Sometimes it's as simple as noticing your triggers. When you feel that rush of anger, that sting of jealousy, that urge to run or lash out, pause, breathe. Ask, what is this really about? What am I protecting? What am I afraid to feel? Sometimes it's letting yourself cry when you usually hold it in. Sometimes it's saying no when you've always said yes. Sometimes it's forgiving yourself for mistakes you can't change. Other times, shadow work is deeper. It's looking at the beliefs you inherited from your family, your culture, your past. It's asking, who taught me to be ashamed of my feelings? Who taught me that love must be earned, that I'm not enough? It's seeing how those beliefs shape your choices, your relationships, your life. And sometimes, shadow work is about reclaiming joy. Because the shadow isn't just pain, it's also the parts of you that were too bright, too wild, too free for the world to accept. The dreams you gave up, the creativity you silenced, the laughter you learned to hide. Integrating your shadow means welcoming those parts back home, too. As you walk this path, you'll notice changes. You'll find yourself less reactive, less triggered by other people's behavior. You'll notice more compassion for yourself and for others. You'll see your patterns with new eyes. You'll stop blaming, stop shaming, stop hiding. You'll also feel resistance. Your mind will try to protect you, to keep the old stories alive. You'll make excuses, get distracted, feel uncomfortable. That's normal. Growth is uncomfortable. Healing hurts. But the pain of facing your shadow is nothing compared to the pain of living your whole life afraid of yourself. You were not born to be at war with your own soul. You were not born to be divided, to live in pieces. You were born to be whole, to be fierce and gentle, light and dark, flawed and beautiful. To bring all of yourself to the table. No more hiding, no more shrinking. So next time you feel the shadow rising, anger, shame, fear, longing, don't run, don't numb it, don't bury it. Pause, listen, ask, what do you need from me? Sometimes your shadow just wants to be seen. Sometimes it wants to be heard, to be held, to be understood. When you give yourself that gift, you stop being a victim of your past. You become the author of your future. Remember, the shadow only has power when it's hidden. Once you shine a light on it, it loses its grip. Once you accept it, you become whole. This is the work of a lifetime. It's not linear, not glamorous, not easy. But it's worth it. Because on the other side of the darkness is freedom. Real freedom. The kind that can't be taken away. The kind that isn't dependent on circumstances or approval. Imagine waking up one day and realizing you're not afraid of yourself anymore. That you trust your own heart, your own mind, your own body. That you know, deep down, you can handle whatever comes your way. That you are enough, just as you are. That is the gift of shadow work. And here's something else. When you heal your shadow, you give others permission to heal too. You become a light in the darkness. A safe place for others to be real, to be messy, to be human. You break the cycle of shame, of secrecy, of silence. You become a healer just by being yourself. So, if you're ready to walk this path, know that you're not alone. Many have walked before you, and many will walk after. Each journey is unique, but the destination is the same: wholeness, freedom, peace. There will be days when you want to quit, when the darkness feels too heavy. On those days, remember, the shadow is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's the part of you that survived, that adapted, that protected you when no one else could. It deserves your respect, your compassion, your gratitude. And if you fall back into old patterns, don't give up. Healing is not a straight line. Every step, even the backward ones, brings you closer to yourself. One day you'll look back and realize the darkness you feared was the birthplace of your light, that the pain you avoided became your strength, that the shame you carried became your wisdom, that the version of you were looking for was waiting in the shadow all along. The world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more truth, more courage, more people willing to walk through the darkness and come out the other side, shining. So take a deep breath, step into the unknown, meet your shadow with open eyes, an open heart, welcome it home, and watch as your life transforms. Because this is not about becoming someone else. It's about returning to who you really are, before the world told you to hide. The darkness you're afraid of is where your fire lives. The version of you you're chasing isn't in the light. It's in the shadow, waiting for you to come home. Welcome to Walk the Dark. Here we don't run from the shadow, we walk through it and become light.